Okay.
This is not a corny joke. This is a joke with this deep philosophical import.
These two farmers are neighbors, and they live, you know, like about a half a mile from each other, and they
Not half a mile.
Quarter of a mile.
Right down the street.
Well, it's a long walk, but anyhow, they know each other for years. And one guy, the farmer, he goes out in the morning, and his truck has a flat tire. And he said, "I got to change my flat tire." So he goes looking, and he can't find his tire iron. It's to change the tire, and it's missing. He looks all over, and he says, "Oh, I lost the tire iron." And I don't know where it is. How can I change the tire? I won't be able to go anywhere. He said, "I know what. I'll go to the next farm to my friend Farmer Joe, and I'll borrow his tire iron." He says, "Then I can fix my tire." So he starts walking there, and he gets, you know, like a quarter of the way there, and he says, "You know something? He's probably going to say that he can't find his tire iron either, just because he doesn't want to lend it to me. But I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to go borrow it from him." So it gets a little further, and he says, "You know, he's going to say that he needs the tire iron himself, and he has to use it, and I can't have it." And
what about the cows and the chickens and the chickens?
No. He's going to disappoint me in that. "Ah, man, but I really need that tire iron, so I'll go there." And then he goes, and he says, "You know something? He's not even going to trust me to return his tire iron after I'm finished, and he's going to want like $100 to hold until I can return it. That dirty, you know, he won't trust me. Nah, I won't have the tire iron. I got it." Oh. You know, just then he gets to his door, and he knocks on the door, and Farmer Joe answers the door.
You didn't tell
"Hey,
me
it's my..."
You didn't tell the cows and the chickens, like, he's going to make me milk the cows, and he's going to make me take the eggs from the chickens.
Just so I can borrow the tire iron. So he knocks on the door, and Farmer Joe opens it. He says, "Oh, hi, Bob." He says, "What do you want?" He says, "What do I want?" He says, "I just want to tell you something. You can take that tire iron," he goes, "and stuff it."
Up your ass.
Wow. I don't know if you use that kind of language.
That's what Daddy told me.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's
Daddy told me that.
I hope you won't repeat that to anybody.
The guy goes in a store, you know, and says to the clerk, "Do you have nuts?" And he says, "No, I don't." And he says, "Well, what about dates?" He says, "Now, how's a guy without nuts going to get dates?"
This is homemade carrot cake. Cream cheese frosting. Recipe comes from California, from the John Paul Getty Museum.
And if they're missing their recipe, you don't say a word. I don't drink soda. I hate it. We never have it in the house. So this week when She'll sent me out shopping, she says, "Get about 24 cans of soda." And I says, "What do you drink soda for? We don't drink soda." She says, "Oh, Audrey needs it for a fundraiser at school. They're selling cans of soda." She could have had me probably filling out the invitations.
She couldn't tell you the soda was for the gourmet club.
I had to run away from Dave. He keeps following me, asking me to come upstairs and see his chess thing on the computer.
No, you have no idea. Battle chess?
What does it do?
No. You move a knight. You know how the knight moves two up and one over? So instead of jumping people, you press to move the knight. The knight shoulders the guy aside. You actually see the queen move aside.
Holy
the
shit.
knight goes, and then the queen moves back. Then it gets on a spot. So I said, let's see what happens if a piece gets taken. So I moved the knight deliberately to a place where the other knight could take it. The other knight leaps onto the same space as him, pulls out a sword, and whacks off his arm. And the arm drops on the ground as a bloody stump.
You're kidding me.
I swear to God.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait, this brings back memories. For you on your birthday, this is Edith. This is a cake.
Yes, you can't have
your cake and Edith too. No, the reason I know that I got that for Brian for his 18th birthday. I thought it was very clever at the time. Brian was too old for it. Robert Fulghum, author of All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. So how come he wrote another book then? He says, "Why go anywhere? You can come to my place." And he says, "Okay with you?" And I go, "Okay with me? Wow!" You know, so Sheila just laughed. She says, "Nah, you don't want us to go to your place." And he says, "Sure I do." And I said, "Sure he does." You know. And she says, "We're underage." She says, "I'm only 17. You know, I looked at her, and she looked, you know, about 21, 22. And I says, look, all right, if you don't want to go, you don't want to go. But I mean, that's the dumbest story I ever heard. You don't have to lie about your age. I couldn't believe she was 17. So we wound up with this guy.
I want someone to take me home.
But he wanted
We
to take
went
you
down to
his house.
Greenwich Village to a club, and we heard some music for an hour or two.
I didn't want
And then we
to go
took them home. And I got her phone number, and he got her friend's phone number. And then he took me home to Manhattan. And all the way home to Manhattan, he was trying to trade phone numbers with me. I wouldn't give him her phone number. I didn't feel that way. I says, hey, I might do it, like flip a coin, you know, one girl or the other, but she's not one girl. This one's special. I'm sure, you know, that there's a real chance she's the one. I don't know why. I never felt this way before. I said, you're not getting the phone number. This is the dumbest joke. What happened is, there's a zoo that closes up, and they have to get rid of their animals. She takes the zebra in the truck to the farm. The zebra gets off, and the zebra wanders over to where the donkeys are, and the donkeys say, hey, you're new here, aren't you? And the zebra says, yeah, I just got here. And he says, well, you want to go in the barn and lay down and go to sleep? And the zebra says, well, why do you think I want to go to sleep? And he says, well, you got your pajamas on.
What? I don't get it.
Doesn't a zebra look like a donkey who's wearing pajamas?
If pajamas had stripes
Yes.
nowadays in 21st century,
Just
yes.
forget it. Okay, that was the joke.
Was so dumb.
Tom,
That
it was funny.
Stupid.
No, does he love this or not?
It's lame. It's stupid.
Does he love this or not? I got jobs as a chemist. My first 3 or 4 jobs were as a chemist. Then, when I applied to Grumman or whatever, they had, you know, in aerospace, you become an aerospace engineer. But an aerospace engineer could be a designer, could be a you know, an analyst or whatever, you know, or it could be a mechanical engineer or a fluid mechanics engineer. But it could also be a materials engineer, or, you know, or you work on fuel and oil, you work on paint, you work on, you know, plastics, and that's all chemistry. So the question is, that's the one thing I liked about aerospace. I mean, they needed to build an airplane or a spaceship or whatever. You need guys who know metallurgy, who know mechanics, they know design, they know structures, they know stress analysis, they know aerodynamics, they know engines and fuel, and you know, once you get into fuel and lubricants and paint and adhesives and rubbers, you're into chemistry. So you know, you just need the whole range of science for that kind of engineering. On its own, you got to hold this too. Let me try. I've never tried this.
Wrap around it. Wait.
I got it.
Wait.
No, you don't.
Okay. I thought I got it. Whoa.
I'm gonna get it from the balcony.
You're too short.
Which balcony?
That one.
Now, maybe I can pull it down a little bit and then you can grab it. Here, grab it now. I'll hold this. Oh! Let go. I think we're out of business.
I can get it.
Gently. Oh, from the balcony. What did you say?
That's what I just said.
Coin 2 can only come down 2 different ways also, right? Either a head or a tail?
Yeah.
You agree? What about coin 3?
2.
Okay, head or a tail. So, let's make believe 2 came down a head and 3. That's possible, right?
Stereo.
So that's your first possibility. So let's try it again. The second time came down a head.
Tail, head.
Okay. Now, the third time...
Tail.
No, lock down all the heads for the first
all
one.
the possible heads. Head,
Head, tail.
head, tail. Now let's see if we can have a 4th. Head.
Head, tail.
Okay. Now, are there any more possibilities if this was a head?
No.
No. So now we'll go with the tail. The first one comes down tail.
Tail.
Right. Now,
Tail, head.
Okay, hang on.
And then there's tail, head. And then, yeah.
Here.
And then there's
Tail.
tail, head.
Okay. Is there any other possibilities?
No.
But that's what I thought of myself. You know, I didn't realize how old I had become.
Well,
Like, gee, I'm a real old man. These kids running around, I mean, they're like my children, you know. No, they're my grandchildren. I myself had fooled myself into thinking I was much younger.
it's something beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, though, right?
It's funny. Well, I mean, it's an ugly thing if you have an old guy hitting on a young girl or whatever. I mean, even if young is 30 and the guy is 60. But what I'm saying is that wasn't the point. The point was my image of myself was that these are like my children. That's why I'm a mentor or whatever, because I'm so much older than them. But I was just, you know, so much is one generation, and I had no idea that, oh my God, I skipped the whole generation.
But was it easier with him because he lived to be an old age than with your mom who died in her 60s?
No, it wasn't any easier because when my mom died, my father was there to share it with me.
Oh, yeah. So what, you felt much more alone than after the father?
Well, by then I was married and I had another life.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as saying goodbye, you know, this is the end of this part of my life,
Yeah.
or they're gone. When my mother died, it wasn't so much.
Yeah,
my
'cause
life
still
didn't change that much. I still had my father.
Yeah.
My father went through it with me, so
Yeah.
we were a couple, like, you know.
Yeah.
But when my father died, you know, yes, I had your mom, I had you guys, but it would be like, this is the end of my childhood, or the end of my parents.
Yeah.